Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Exp19 Access App Cap Assessment Transfer Student Advising. So if you want to complete assignment or exam, you can contact on my WhatsApp link and email. If you want to complete my IT Lab course, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Access, we can do online courses, accounting, math, start finance, economics, writing and other courses. So I will guarantee your 90 or 95 plus grade your assignment and your exam. So assignment title is Exp19 Access App Cap Assessment Transfer Student Advising. So next we move to the main project steps. So total step is 12. We move to the question number 1. So question number 1 is the start you have provided with the database the information technology department created. The database has one table and one form. You will be importing an Excel spreadsheet into table and creating a primary key and start Excel, download and open the file name app and grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of the file name. So go to the access files. I have already downloaded the access cap1 advising. Cap advising grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of the file name. So question number 1 is complete. And we move to the question number 2. So question number 2 is import the app cap1 transfer Excel workbook into new tables. Name is transfer code. While importing the data, ensure that the student ID data type to sort the text and select the student ID as primary key. So next import the app cap1 transfer XLS workbook into new tables and table name is transfer code. So import the Excel files, go to the external database, click new data from file Excel files and click browse. And app cap1 transfers Excel workbook into new tables and click opens and click OK. And next into new tables name is transfer code. While importing the data, ensure that the student ID has a data type of short text and select the student ID as the primary key. Click next and click next and choose my own primary key and next, and the into new table name is transfer code. So copy the table name is transfer code and click finish and click close. student ID as the primary key. So question number 2 is complete, and we move to the question number 3. So question number 3 is, we move to the question number 3. So question number 3 is, know that you have imported the data from spreadsheet. You will modify the field property in the transfer school table and demonstrates sorting. Open the transfer school table in design view and set the student ID field size 10. Remove the @sample from the student ID format property and change the admitting students field size to 75 and change the registration fees and tuition due field to have 0 decimal places. So next, to open the transfer school table design view. Transfer school tables. Open the transfer school tables in the design view. So right click and click the design view and set the student ID fields. Set the student ID fields size 10. Student ID field size 10 and remove the @symbol of the student ID format property. Remove the @ of student ID format and change the admitting school field size to 75. So next, change the admitting school field size. Admitting school, change the field size 75 and next, change the registration fees and tuition fee to have 0 decimal places. Next, change the registration fees and tuition fee 0 decimal places. 0 decimal places registration fees and next, tuition due. So next, tuition due field is 0 decimal places. Field is 0 decimal places. And next, to switch the data sheet view, saving the change that you have made. Resize the admitting schools column by double click on the board between admitting schools and admission date. Sort the transfer school tables on the credit transfer field in ascending order and save and close the tables. So next, to switch the datasheet view, right click and click the datasheet view, click yes and saving change that you have made and resize the admitting school column. Admitting school column, double click, press the auto fit column, admitting schools columns and next, by double click border between the admitting school and admission date, sort the transfer school table credit transfer field in the ascending order. So next, transfer tables, credit transfer field, so credit transfer field in ascending orders. Go to the home tabs, go to the sort and filter groups and click ascending orders and next save and close the tables. So right click, click save and close the tables. So question number 3 is complete, and we move to the question number 4. So question number 4 is, note that the table is imported and modified. You will create a relationship between the transfer school and transfer student tables. Add the transfer schools and transfer student tables to the relationship window. Create a one-to-many, one-to-one relationship between the student ID field in the transfer student tables and the student ID field in the transfer school tables. Enforce the refreshment integrity between the two tables and calculate update and deletes, save and change the close relationship window. Add the transfer school and transfer student table. Go to the create tabs and click tables. So next one, note that our table important and the modifier. You will create a relationship between the transfer school and transfer student tables. Add a table, transfer school and transfer student, transfer school and transfer student tables in the relationship window. Create a one-to-one relationship between the student ID field transfer student table and student ID field in the transfer school tables. So next, add the transfer school and transfer student tables to the relationship window. Create a one-to-one relationship between the student ID field in the transfer student tables and the student ID field in the transfer school tables. Enforce refreshment integrity between the two tables and calculate updates and deletes and save the change and close the relationship window. So add the student ID field, add the enforce refreshment integrity, calculate update related field and calculate delete related records. Two table calculate update and delete and click create. Save change and close the relationship window. So right click, click save and close the relationship window. So question number 4 is complete, and we move to the question number 5. So question number 5 is, you will demonstrate changing information in form. Open the transfer student data entry form, locate the record alien civilians and change her major to history and close the form. So next you will demonstrate changing information in form. Open the transfer student data entry form and locate the record form. Helen's Williams change her major to history and close the form. Open the transfer student data entry form. Transfer student data entry form. Locate the record Allen Williams and change the major. Locate the record Allen Williams. So find the Allen Williams. Allen Williams and change the major to history. So next change the major to history. Major to history and close the form. So right click save and close the form. So question number 5 is complete. And we move to the question number 6. We move to the question number 6. So question number 6 is create a new query design view. This query is will access feed both the transfer student tables from the transfer students tables at the first name, last name, major class GPA field from the transfer school table, admission field, tuition due, and credit earned and credit transfer field. Create a new query in the design view. Create tab and create the query design view. This query will access field the both transfer school and transfer student table. Transfer school and transfer student tables. From the transfer student tables, transfer student tables. Transfer student tables at the first name and last name, first name, last name, first name, last name, and major at the majors, class and GPA field, and GPA field. Transfer school tables, and next from the transfer school tables add the admission date and tuition due, and credit earned and credit transfer. Credit earned and credit transfer fields. And next save the query is transfer credits and set the credit in the admission field to 1/1/2021. Run the query and enter the tuition due for a Benanza barrier is $100 GPA and 3.65. Save and close the query. Save the query is transfer credit. Right click and click save is transfer credit and click OK and set the criteria admission date field, admission date field. Copy the criteria and paste the criteria admission date, and run the query. Enter the tuition date, run the query, save and close the query. So right click save and close the query. So question number 6 is complete. So if you want to complete assignments or exam, you can contact on my WhatsApp link and email. If you want to complete my IT Lab course, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Access, we can do online courses, accounting, math, stat, finance, economics, writing and other courses. So I will guarantee you a 90 or 95 plus grade your assignment and your exam.